I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody.
You know, Yo Gotti stated in a lyric in 2016 that he had a crush on Angela Simmons, Rev Run's daughter. He then said, not long after that, that he still wanted her more, even though the dude she was with had handcuffed her and married her. Now, Gotti showed on a recent New Year's Eve post with Angela Simmons that he finally got the girl. And my reason for covering this is not because he got the girl, and it's not even to say whether Gotti's methods are good or bad. There's a bigger issue here. The issue is that the women in the comments were talking about how he should feel blessed to have Angela Simmons and that she finally gave him a chance and that he's so blessed and she's an angel and don't hurt her and don't do all of that. And I said, you know what? We're talking about 35-year-old Angela Simmons. So the fact that Gotti was persistent in getting her, that's a blessing to her, not him.
Real man, and I'm talking about real man. The value goes up with age. For us women, it's the opposite. It's a hell of a hard pill to swallow, but it's like they're the driver that gets better with more experience, and we're the car that just gets run down the more we are around. And just a disclaimer, because I know I don't look my age, I'm already 38 years old, so I'm already right at the doorstep of that older woman group.
You can go anywhere to get the lies, but I know you came here to get the truth. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
Baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me? I said, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. If you wanna try me, girl, all the mama need is a regulator.
Now, what you see is a woman who has gotten very lucky. Not even lucky, a woman who is blessed. Because here's a man who could have had pretty much any woman he wanted, or he's put himself in a position to be desirable by any woman he wants, because the primary thing that a woman wants is a man who can provide and protect. And we all know that God has put himself in a position to do that. So my issue is with this notion that he should feel blessed. So I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Angela Simmons is the one who's blessed, not Yo Gotti. First of all, this is the woman Gotti wanted from the gate. Since 2016, he's been talking about it. He wanted her. This is the girl he wanted. You know, if you ever had that girl you wanted, this is the girl he wanted. So he got her. I can't even knock a man for wanting the girl. Like, this is his it girl. Many of you men haven't had the it girl. I haven't had the it girl where I was like, I want that girl right there. And he has. And now he's got her. But his persistence is a gift to her, not a gift to him. See, we got to remember that no matter who a woman is, if she's 35 years old, she is, if not aged out, she is aging out of the prospects of even getting a man of Gotti's caliber when it comes to his ability to provide and protect, which is ultimately what a woman wants. But women in this modern society, they can avoid that and act like they don't want it until they get to a certain age. You understand?
I'm not gonna lie, like when I was in my 20s and 30s, like there were certain things like right out the gate, if they said, I'm like, turn off. And they were superficial things.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie.
You have to forget about having a type. Well, standards and types are 2 different things, but for me personally, I had a type. They had to be 6'1", muscles, high yellow. They began to give me headaches. They gave me so much hell that I said, you know what? I want an ugly dude. I don't care anymore. Give me an ugly one. I didn't have to go that far. God spared me. I got a nice one, and he's still easy on the eyes. But
it's tough though, because if you like you try to call yourself being deep, you're like, oh, I'm gonna look below the skin, so you know, whatever.
But you like what you like. You like what you like.
Yeah.
You do like what you like.
Yourself.
Yeah. So don't go doing something you're going to throw up every time.
We want the difference between types and standards. Like I want you to go deeper into that.
Okay.
I tell people that are single that say, "Girl, he's not my type," and I try to hook him up, and then I said, "Girl, your type don't f with you.
Right.
Your type that you like doesn't like you."
I don't have a type.
You don't.
No, I don't have a type. A physical type, I definitely don't have.
So a type, but you have a standard.
I have standards. No, those are pretty low.
You understand what I'm saying? So when you really consider that, you got to keep in mind that there are very few men, not just black men, very few men in America in Gotti's position of provision and protection. So out of all the young tenders and all the virgins and all the women who don't have no miles and all the women who ain't got those broken-hearted relationship experiences all over the world, that man who is in a position very few men are in wanted that woman. So she is the one who is blessed. She's absolutely blessed.
So I don't know what this is supposed to mean, but if this was an attempt to try to make older women who are single not feel bad, I don't know if this is helpful. Because why don't we just start telling the truth to ladies? Why don't we just start telling the truth to younger girls and let them know, look, if you decide to, push marriage off or push off relationships, if you decide to not focus on, getting married or whatever and wait until your 40s and 50s to settle down, you're going to experience these hardships.
And I want you men, as well as Gotti himself, to always remember, when you put yourself in a position to provide and protect like that, you are the prize. In this scenario, Gotti is the prize. She may be a prize to him. She may be the one he wanted. But when we look at the overall situation, Gotti is the prize just because of the position of provision and protection he's in. This man has worked hard to create generational wealth in a way that can sustain no matter what happens to him right now. He could never make another dollar, and he has put himself in a position to create generational wealth for generations beyond him, children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. So let's respect that and take our hat off to that and not act like a woman can find that anyway, especially a woman who's 35. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Angela Simmons in these images, she still looks very good for her age. I will give her that. I'll give her that. If you say she doesn't, man, then you just a hater. You're probably comparing her to some woman you don't even know what she look like for real. But we do know that when it all boils down, this man is in a position that no man this woman has ever met is in. Not met in a way where he wanted to be with her. Look at her past. Let's count them down. Romeo Miller was attached to her a little bit, but let's be real. Romeo Miller was just crying about how his daddy was, taking money from him. He was crying about how he living check to check. God ain't living check to check. Bow Wow around here faking like he got a Bentley, faking like he got a private jet, faking like he rich, faking like he live in a mansion. Let's be realistic. Gotti's in a position where Gotti ain't faking none of that. He's the CEO of his own imprint and a successful solo artist at that. And he's always been independent. So when you always been independent, that means you've never been driven by somebody else's money because you had your own. I tell you men that all the time. Create your own revenue and your source of wealth and source of financial stability, and you don't have to be dependent on anyone else's money and have to make decisions you don't want to make based on the opportunity to make their money. The next thing, Gotti is her best option, not the other way around. Let's just keep it a buck, man. At 35 years old, every millionaire has a better option than a 35-year-old woman. Every millionaire does. She's blessed that Gotti wants her. Gotti ain't blessed that she want him. There's a bunch of women who want a man that's financially successful with the visibility and notoriety that Gotti has. Hell, there's a bunch of women who want the man who has the visibility and notoriety of Dr. BOA. So when you really think about it, he is her best option, not the other way around. Let's do this. Self-made millionaire automatically has more enticing options, and those options are more innumerable than, and those options are more numerable than the 35-year-old woman, even if she's very attractive. Than the 35-year-old woman, even if she's very attractive. So this isn't knocking Angela Simmons. This is saying Angela Simmons is at that age where she's blessed that a man of means wants her, because most men of means want a much younger woman. Let's be realistic. Most men of means want a much younger woman. She's younger than Gotti, but not by much. So Gotti just had his eyes set on her. The woman is blessed. The woman should be bowing down, thanking God that there is a man who still wants her. And let's be honest. Let me break this down. And I don't say this, and y'all don't hear many other people say this. I don't guess. There's nothing wrong with being a woman's best option. It's just about if that woman is still desirable enough to you. And obviously, Angela Simmons is still desirable enough to Gotti. See, it's not the same as you wanting a woman in high school and she didn't want you. And then you want that woman in college and she didn't want you. And then she goes off and marries, man, and has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 babies and builds a horrible reputation for herself and goes back and forth between family members. And then now, when she's aged out completely, now she wants to come back to you. This isn't the case with Gotti. Gotti didn't have her, and then, you know, he been chasing her for since he was in high school and all of that. No, this is a man who said in a song, "I got a crush on Angela Simmons," and he was already in a position to reach out to her and touch her then. So when you really think about it, here's a situation where a man has decided this is the woman I want. And when I hear women talking about how lucky he is to get the woman, no, he's not. They talk about, well, persistence pays off. Yes, his persistence paid off for her. He just got the girl he always wanted. She got the man of her dreams. Every woman 35 would love to have a man of means in a position like that, who's willing to put her in a position where she can be provided and protected, man. Let's be realistic. See, we got to remember this. Even a 35-year-old woman who's fairly attractive, like Angela Simmons, doesn't have the options she had when she was 25. See, let me tell y'all something. Men are valued for financial stability. Women are valued for physical beauty. We know that. But let's put that in. How does that affect this situation, BOA? How does that apply to this situation? If men are valued for financial stability, Gotti has never been richer. He's as rich as he's ever been. Probably not as rich as he's going to ever get, but he's as rich as he's ever been. When it comes to financial stability, there is no point in Gotti's life where he's ever been more financially stable than he is now. And if we're all going to agree, I want y'all to put a 1 in the chat, man, if y'all agree that men are valued for financial stability and women are valued for physical beauty. If not, then I want you to comment down there and tell me what you think women are valued for. I'm talking about by men. By women, men are valued for financial stability. By men, women are valued for physical beauty. If that's the case, Angela Simmons has been more beautiful than she is now. Because as you get older, you're less beautiful. That's all of us. Men, there are outliers. You know, there are exceptions to every rule. None of this is fail-safe and foolproof. You know, it's one of those things where, for the most part, we all age and not as attractive as we were, unless you were ugly duckling in the beginning. Like BOA, I get better with wine, man. I'm tired of, man, your boy aging like fine wine, boy. I'm telling you, man. Distinguished gentleman over here, baby. But for the most part, women generally tend to look better when they're younger, and they can maintain their beauty as they get older. But for the most part, she was more beautiful when she was younger. He was not richer when he was younger. Here's what y'all have to understand. Age has 2 effects on the world. In a perfect world, a woman ages gracefully as she gets older, and you're able to see glimpses of the beauty that she possessed when she was younger. In the perfect world, a man who was financially stable when he was young becomes even more financially stable when he ages. That's just how age goes when it comes to this game. So, y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. So, hey, listen, man, salute to Gotti, man, for getting the girl that he want. Props to Angela Simmons for being so blessed that this man in this position wants her so badly that he's happy and feels blessed to have her. But truth be told, there's only one person in this scenario who can't do better. And his name isn't Yo Gotti. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.